Howdy ArtyAliens and welcome to Drawing Stuff with Paul Yateman. If you are new here, welcome. Now whack on the subscribe button. If not, nice to see you again. Today I am drawing a couple of horses in the My Little Pony style. I am starting out with a pencil and sketch pad and will move into Photoshop after scanning in my drawing. It is important to note I gave the style a cursory glance so I could work out what the horses look like in general terms. I gave no heed to colour schemes and did my own thing. If that has not deterred you, enjoy the video. If it's not for you, check out one of my other vids. So let's get into it. My partner is a horse person and asked if I could recreate hers as My Little Ponies. I figured it may make a good video, so I said yeah, why not? Up on screen I have a mood board created for this task. I was provided with two pony designs from who knows where to use as a base. I decided to draw my own style rather than rip off somebody else's work. That would teach me a little on how to draw in this My Little Pony style. The photos of the horses I will be remaking, and I found the eyes on Pinterest. And the bigger pony I wanted to use for feet and eye ideas. So after studying the My Little Pony style for a bit, I determined that the drawings are based on three circles. A largish one for the head and two smaller ones of equal size for the body. The body circles overlap by about 10% and they are typically about half a circle lower than the head, at least in the style variant I went for, as with other ones they can have really long necks. When drawing the legs and feet, the main thing was to get the knee bend looking like the style and sort of bulging out the hooves and keeping them smooth. For my first pony, the feet were supposed to be fluffy and it took me a while to work out how not to make the feet look like they were pointy. So claws instead of hooves with fur. To get the furthest legs looking like those closest to the viewer, I copied the closer legs and turned them into more legs in Photoshop, which we will see later. When it came to drawing the heads and muzzles, I used the provided My Little Pony drawings to inform my shapes. The mane and tails were also heavily influenced by the references I was provided with. For horse number 2, I gave it longer legs once I went digital. And after sketching out the My Little Ponies, I used fine liner to ink the drawing and then scanned them into the computer, which you've been looking at for the last 30 seconds or so. I made a pressure sensitive brush to draw the sketch again, and I cut the image into halves and saved separate files so I could use one file per pony. And if I had drawn this cleaner and gotten the line art right at the sketch stage, I could have used my cut to sketch from the background method I've detailed in another video. With reference to photos of the horse's face, I transferred its muzzle design onto the My Little Pony, and then I used a colour dropper to pick off colours from the actual horse photo and put them onto the digital image, and I placed the colouring layer below the sketched layer. While creating this work, there are a number of steps I identified that could be improved, such as the way I apply colour, and I picked up a neat trick on using smudge to blend one colour over the top of another. So when I was drawing this, I was just selecting the sketch layer, moving to the colour layer and then pasting in colours. What that did was, you can see here there's a fine white line between the colour and the line art, so I had to go through and manually fix that up. So I could use it as a process improvement. And I worked out that if I smudge towards the colour I'm blending into and then smudge sideways, I get a nice little effect, rather than trying to say blur the image and then delete the blurry bits. So fill in colour, smudge, smudge, done. And adding the contrasty background allows me to see any foreground colours I need to improve, so I get rid of what we can now see is a fine blue line between the colour and the line art. Working on the second pony was much the same as the first one. Create a layer for tracing, trace the line art, create a colour layer, pick horse colours from a photo and paint the digital image. For the second horse, I made the legs longer than the sketch and I removed the line art from the body so the colours of the horse are blended together using the smudge technique, which you'll see at the end when I put up the final drawing. This is supposed to be a Pinto, I think. The colours, they're darker than they should be in reality. But one of the drawbacks of trying to pick colours off a dodgy source image. So not so much fixing up the colour, just trying to fix up some of the lines. I've got to work on getting these smooth when I'm drawing in Photoshop. So here are both of the final ponies side by side. What do you think? Do they look like the My Little Pony style? Presumably if you're watching this you've got some idea about it, so maybe they do. Is close enough good enough? Anywho, if you found this interesting, informative, entertaining, subscribe, like and share with your friends and your enemies, because the more likes and shares the merrier. Until next time, you've been watching Drawing Stuff with me, Paul Yateman. Ciao and take care.